All right, what's up, Fate Family? Jarvis Scott and Avoid Jarvis YT here, and today we're going to be talking about the very recent cancellation of Star Trek Prodigy. And I think that this is a particularly interesting topic because the Star Trek franchise is in a bit of a pivotal place right now. And as a fan of the shows, I love Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Enterprise, all that. It's just sad to see what Star Trek has really been reduced to. I really don't think that Paramount and CBS Studios are really giving the franchise the respect it deserves. And the news of Prodigy's cancellation broke in this Deadline Hollywood article, which will be on the screen now. And it says that Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, and Star Trek Prodigy, and The Game, and Queen of the Universe all canceled at Paramount Plus as they're pulling the shows from their service and taking a content right down. Now, we've seen other streamers do this before, like HBO Max, when they took down a whole slew of shows from their service, like Westworld, which was an HBO original show. So this isn't out of the ordinary. A lot of these streamers are taking content write downs, but with Paramount Plus, some of these shows, it really seemed like they were going to bat for these shows, like Star Trek Prodigy in particular. I was on the Star Trek Discord today, and I saw some people saying that Paramount and Nick treated it badly, but that's not the case. I mean, Star Trek Prodigy was on two platforms. It was on Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon, so it really had the widest reach of really any Star Trek show that's been released since 2017. I think it's had an even wider reach than Discovery because it had that linear distribution with Nickelodeon. And even Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, I mean, it's not directly related, but that's another show that you thought that Paramount was fully behind because the show was set to premiere on Max, but then Max canceled it and Paramount Plus saved it. So that should have signaled some level of faith in the show because they could have just easily written it down at that point. But no, I guess they had faith in it then, and now they just don't. And now they're just taking all these shows off of their platform. Doing that is wrong for a lot of reasons, namely that they're only really doing it so they don't have to pay residuals, but it really just shows a lack of faith in what they're doing. And I think with Star Trek Prodigy in particular, which was actually a pretty decent show from what I saw, it really just shows that, like I said, they don't have respect for Star Trek. I think that's what it's come down to. Even with Star Trek Discovery, and I know people don't like that show, but the show is ending at its 5th season, and they gave the 5th season this huge delay in the next year so that they could rework season 5 into being an ending for the show. That's stupid. That's honestly really stupid. And Discovery is really Star Trek's flagship show. I mean, it's been around the longest, and it's obviously had the most resources poured into it. So just to treat it like that, that's an awful thing to do, And it really does make me worried for the remaining Star Trek shows, because honestly, even though Prodigy's 2nd season is basically finished, they might not find a distributor for it. So that may just be gone forever. It may just be, a complete season of lost media. And Discovery's gone, Picard's gone. So all we're really left with now are Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks, which are probably two of my favorite Star Trek shows. So it really does concern me with how they're treating Prodigy. It makes you wonder if they're going to, do the same thing to Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. Because, I mean, they'd have a decent excuse to axe Strange New Worlds as quickly as possible. Because Season 3 is, it was supposed to start filming earlier this month, but because of the writer's strike, they couldn't. So maybe they could use the writer's strike as a good excuse to get rid of it. And Lower Decks is an animated show, and the margins on animated shows across the industry aren't great. So that's another show they could try to get rid of. It's just kind of distressing as someone who's really into Star Trek, just to see how poorly they treated Prodigy. And I really hope this isn't a sign of things to come, but Paramount isn't in a good place financially. And when there are rumors going around that they're trying to get bought out by streamers like Netflix, that just goes to show you that they've given up. And I think they're willing to sacrifice as much as they can so that they can just get gobbled up by another corporate entity. I think that's really all it comes down to. Yeah, but either way, I just wanted to talk about, the cancellation of Star Trek Prodigy, because I mean, yeah, the topic is fresh off the presses, and I know that a lot of people are gonna want to watch this video, but it's really just, indicative of modern Hollywood. They'll just sacrifice whatever they can if it means that, they can justify their ridiculous business strategies of all in on streaming. Let's put all of our content that we own on a streaming service that we make no external licensing money from. It's just a really stupid concept. But either way, with that said, I've been Jarvis Guy, the Void Jarvis YT. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more diecast content, and I will see you guys in the next one.